Hello and welcome to another edition of Rick's Picks. Let's see what Ether Revolt has for us here, and it seems to be a couple of nice ones. There's an Ether Geode Miner, which is obviously a nice card, although I'm not sure how energy heavy white can be. Even though this just works by itself, right? Since it generates all the energy it needs to be blinked, and this obviously helps with Revolt. There's also a Chandra's Revolution, which I don't know, may be the best card in the pack. There's a Scrapper Champion, and there is a Fatal Push. I think Fatal Push is quite good as well. Maybe it's better than Chandra's Revolution. I think one of those two is the pick, and I'm leaning towards Fatal Push, especially because it's way more expensive than to Chandra's Revolution. But I still think it's like the better card of the two, probably. All right, a bunch nice cards here as well. Although none of them are black. The only black card that we have is this thing, and I don't really want it. There's a Peace Walker Colossus. Seems like a nice card, although like the crew number is a bit on the high side for me. There's a Rogue Refiner, which is obviously good, and there's a Spider Patrol. Since I like pairing black with blue, I'm leaning towards taking one of those two cards here, either the Refiner or the Patrol. And like the Refiner might be the better constructed card, but I think in draft, Spider Patrol might just be better. I mean, a 3/2 flyer for 4 is pretty much, you know, the stats you can hope for, and the ability is very relevant too. There's an Ice Over, Renegade Map, a bunch of okay cards, but I think the Spire Patrol should be our best option there. Okay, here I think the best card in the pack might just be a Shock, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and take an Aether Poisoner. Aether Poisoner is obviously a very good defensive card, but also the fact that it can attack, unimpeded in most board positions, especially early in the game, and make a token while he's doing it, is very relevant if we want to be the improvised deck. So I think I'm gonna take it. There's a Mobile Garrison, which is fine. It's a fine card. It may just be better. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Mobile Garrison. I think either person is fine, but I guess I just might not play black, right? Depending on which way we go here. And the Mobile Garrison is a very good card that is colorless. Here we have Ice Over. Ice Over is a card that I'm not a big fan of, precisely because there are cards like Mobile Garrison that allow you to untap your creatures. But I might just get it here because if it's not that, it's an Audacious Infiltrator. This doesn't seem like Audacious Infiltrator. There's a Negate, the Iron Tride Crusher, Watchful Automaton, which is an okay-ish card, I guess. I think I'm gonna take the Ice Over. It's a card that can allow us to stop some early game threats until we get our thing going, or even late game threats, right? All right, well, since yeah, like I'm thinking now that we may end up not playing the Fatal Push. Here I'm gonna take a Caught in the Brights. I think it's better than a Deadeye Harpooner. Caught in the Brights should be fine here for me. There's a Druid of the Cowl, which is great. Automaton is okay. This is okay. And that's about it. But I think the Caught in the Brights is better than the Deadeye Harpooner, so that's what I'm gonna take here. All right, so we have Area Modification should be our pick here. Area Modification is fine uh, because like it gives flying, right? So that can be a very a powerful aura, even if you only get to attack for a couple of turns, right? You probably gonna be able to take a good chunk of life out of your opponent. And the good news about this thing is that since we are white blue so far, we may get a few of the hexproof improvised guys, the 4/4. It's a blue common, one of the best blue commons in the set, I would say, and this goes well into it. Right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a restoration specialist here, since we have a couple of auras already, and this, you know, our opponents will want to kill the creature that this thing is on. So this may end up on the graveyard, and this may end up on the graveyard if I attack with one of my vehicles. So yeah, restoration specialist seems fine. Rebuke is fine. Ice over is okay. Elevation is okay, Watch for Automaton is okay, but most importantly, there's a lot of blue and white cards, meaning that I may be in the right colors here. Ooh, look at that, Bastion Inventor, precisely what I wanna get here, since I have an area modification. That's a very powerful combo. Another Watch for Automaton, maybe I'll be able to get one of those at some point here. Sure, let's see. There's a Living in the Dust. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a Implement of Improvement. As much as I like Leaving the Dust, the Implement is a kind of card that I really want to have in my white decks because of Revolt. I think it's really important, and it's also an artifact to help with the mana cost of stuff like the Bastion Inventor. So, okay, Decommission or Ice Over. I think I'm gonna take an Ice Over. I mean, it's an aura, right? We can get it back with a Restoration Specialist if the need arises. And the fact that it's going so late is definitely good news for us. Yeah, Aether Inspector, let's get that. Uh, Foundry Assembler is nice. Is it better than a gate to have, though? I think it is. It's an artifact. I want to start having that effect. Aegis Automaton is not a card that I really like. I mean, if it were a 0/4, it would be significantly better. But as a 0/3, just doesn't cut it in this format with so many cheap 3-power creatures. So let's see what Pack 2 has in store for us. I guess I can sort of safely put this Fatal Push away. Okay, it seems the answer is Pack 2 has for us a Rishka Pima Renegade, which is an incredible card. I'm not gonna be able to take it here though. I think what I'm gonna take here is actually an Implement of Examination. It's great with the Bastion Inventor, it's great with Revolt. If I don't take this, I think I take a Countless Gears Renegade. Hopefully we manage to get a Renegade, at some point here in the near future. But I feel like, the two best cards in this pack are green and red, and I'm not nearly green and red. I guess there's also a Tezzeret's Touch, which is a very good card too. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Implement. Implement is a very important card in blue decks, I found. Ooh, Metallic Mimic and Pacification Array. Man, those are two quite incredible cards. Let's see, this is a Artificer. Oh no, it's a Soldier, not an Artificer. This is an Artificer. Don't have a lot of creatures thus far, so do we take a Pacification Array? Pacification Array it's an excellent card. But yeah, I think like since we have less creatures than we would like to at this point, I think I'm gonna take the Metallic Mimic. Man, it's too bad. I really do want the Pacification Array, but I think it may be correct to take the Mimic here, especially because adding a counter to this flyer or to this thing can be a really big game, right? Other than that, there's another Ice Over, another Mobile Garrison, another Negate. Oh yeah, let's take the metallic mimic. Not. Ooh, look at this. I really like this thing here. I have one vehicle and one, two, three, four auras so far. So this may give me a fair amount of value here. There's another Countless Gears Renegade. There's a Monstrous Onslaught, which can be really good. Perilous Predicament can also be really good. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Let's take a Shram. Okay, as a trophy mage, we can get our implement or a mobile garrison. But I think I'm leaning towards taking the Aether Super here. Could even take a Renegade map to help with mana fixing if we need that. Although Trophy Mage seems excellent. Yeah, I think, I mean, as much as I like this card, I think I'm going to take a Trophy Mage. Trophy Mage seems just great card advantage, and you know, both white and blue has some blink effects in this format, and that can be great with Trophy Mage, so maybe I'll get some more 3 mana artifacts aside from the 2 I already have, so yeah. It's Trophy Mage for us. Alright, here we get another Caught in the Bright, another Implement of Examination in an Exquisite Archangel. As much as the Archangel seems enticing, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a Caught in the Bright here. This is obviously a 3 mana artifact to search for with a Trophy Mage, but this is removal and it goes big with Stram, right? Man, this is a great pack for us, by the way. I think the Exquisite Archangel is an okay card, but yeah, Caught in the Brights just seems like the correct pick here. Let's not get too greedy. Alright, well, Spire Patrol number 2 in a pack with Aether Super and Shielded Aether Thief, all excellent cards. And there's also a Renegade Map, Living the Dust, Implement of Improvement. So I guess, yes, I guess white and blue are wide open here. So I'm happy to be where I am. Okay, here things get interesting. We have a Conviction. Conviction with Stram is obviously absurd, right? It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous combo. Because I get to draw a million cards, although I'm not sure. I mean, do I really want to get that cute instead of just taking something like an implement or a shipwreck moray or even a decommission for the sideboard? Moray is a fine body. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a moray. I mean, Confusion is fine and all, but ooh, alright. Here we get another implement, which is great for us. Another trophy mage target, and another great artifact for us. Not sure about that Mori pick, but yeah, you know. Alright, don't want a third Ice Over, so I'm just going to take a Countless Gear Renegade, which is a very nice card. And here, you know, still don't want an Ice Over, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a Negate for our sideboard. Well, could take a Watchful Automaton. I guess it's another 3 mana artifact for the Trophy Mage, but I'm leaning towards taking the Decommission because this sort of removal is important to have in this format. Oh man, if I knew I'd get another decommission here, I'd have taken the other guy. Don't want a second Foundry Assembler, I don't think so. I'm just going to go ahead and take another decommission for the sideboard. Alright, well, I'll take Salvage Scuttler. I'm not sure if I'm... Ooh, leaving the dust? Man, yeah, blue and white are wide open, I guess. Salvage Scuttler can be very interesting here to, you know, return maybe a vehicle to, you know, this vehicle to draw another card with SRAM. Alright, wow. Now, this is a pack. There's a Padim. Padim is incredible in the right deck, and this is the right deck, right? You get a bunch of artifacts, maybe you get even more. There's also a Shrewd Negotiation, which is obviously great. Bumat Bazaar Barge. Hopefully, I mean, blue and white are enough open that I think in Such a deep pack as this, I'm gonna get something back here. Even if it is a Sky Swirl Harrier. But hopefully I do get a shoot negotiation. That would be awesome. Although I'm not counting on it. But I am gonna take the Padim. Padim is great. Alright, Visionary Augmenter is perfectly fine. Oh, but I think this deck may want the Pioneer more. Nah, I guess already have a bunch of 3-2 flyers. And even though this card is great, I'm definitely leaning towards taking the Visionary Augmenter here. What else? We have a Puzzle Knot, a Malfunction, which you don't really want. You have enough auras at this point. Yes, Visionary Augmenter is a great card to blink. It's a card that can make a lot of artifacts for the Bastion Inventors, a card that makes a lot of artifacts for the Padim. It's also a card that allows me to chump block for a few turns. And like I said, it's obviously a good blink target, so Harness Lightning is okay, but I don't really need it. Ooh, Chief of the Foundry. Whirler Virtuoso, huh? I think I'm gonna take a Chief of the Foundry here. We'll, get another excellent 3-mana artifact for the Trophy Mage, and it's a card that is gonna pump our artifact creatures, of which we have a few. Alright. Self-Assembler. I don't think we're gonna be able to get a bunch of self-assemblers here to make that work. We got a build to last, but I don't really think this deck is the kind of deck that wants a combat trick, since we're mostly going to be flying for the win. Doesn't inspire Vintage though. I think I'm gonna take that. Maybe we will want to splash for something red here. I'm not sure. There's also a Sky Swirl Harrier, but these are all cards that I don't mind passing on. Let's take the land. All right. Authority of the Consoles is not really a card that I enjoy that much. Master of Increase. There's a Nymph Bridge Patrol. The Minister of Increase is a fine card, but you really need to be a bit bigger into energy than I am right now. So I think I'm gonna take the Nymph Bridge Patrol. Not even sure if I'm gonna play it. Probably not. Oh, Disappearing. Yeah, I'm gonna take a Disappearing Act. It's a fine card to abuse enters the battlefield abilities. You can save a creature of mine. Ooh, Deadlock Trap. Talking about 3-mana cost artifacts, there's also an Acrobatic Maneuver and an Aether Trade Winds, which are both cards that I would like to have. I mean, let's see. This can reset my Deadlock Trap, I guess. What else do we have? I guess that there's a more way to give us a bit of energy. Yeah, that thing gives us energy as well. Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and take a Deadlock Trap here. It's a card that can work really well. Alright, and now we get an Acrobatic Maneuver. The problem is, do we want an Acrobatic Maneuver or do you want something like a Janjit Sentry? I'm not a big fan of the Crane. It's way too easy to miss with it. I guess I could take a Sentry. I mean, it requires a lot of energy though. Yeah, I think Maneuver should be okay here for us. The Trade Wind could even be fine as well. But I guess Maneuver is fine. Draws a card. Ooh, Cog Worker, Puzzle Knot. Definitely want that more than I want a Malfunction. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have way too many cards here. We have 29 playable so far. There's a Harrier, there's a Fragmentize. I don't think I need a Fragmentize, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a Harrier. Not sure if I'm gonna play it. Probably not. Alright, bunch of... There's a Puzzle Knot. Yeah, let's take a Puzzle Knot. Don't think I'm gonna play it. Could hate on an Enthusiast, but since this is a league, I'm okay with not taking that. Alright, Thriving Turtle. Yeah, Pressure Point is not that great in this deck. Ardor Express my opinion is not that great in any deck. So let's take a Thriving Turtle. Yeah, rebuff. Alright, well, I think we might make something interesting here. Another rebuff. Okay. So here we are. We have 27 cards in the main decks. We need to take a few more out. I think I'm gonna take out a 5 interval. Uh, it says we have 14 creatures, but it's actually 15 because this counts as a creature. We don't have a lot of revolt, do we? Meaning that we can probably get away with taking out the implement of improvement. Maybe we can take out the Salvage Scuttler too, because I feel like in some situations that card may not be helping me. It may actually hinder me because maybe like the only artifact that I have is a Metallic Mimic or is a Chief of the Foundry, and I don't really want to bounce those. So that's 25. We have 14 creatures. I don't want to take out any more creatures. Guess maybe I'll just end up taking out the Acrobatic Maneuver. Mobile Garrison, Deadlock Trap, Implement. We need to take one more card here, and I'm leaning towards taking out the Implement of Improvement. Since we don't have a lot of revolts, I guess this is fine. Let's see. Sort by color. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's it, right? 10, I guess. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's probably 9, 8 in favor of white, of plains. Yep, that's precisely what Magic Online told me to do. So yeah, I do like this deck. Hopefully it works. So see you round one.